coming at you guys to do my 28-week pregnancy update. Actually 28 weeks today, so I'm officially 7 months. I'm officially in my 3rd trimester. I'm excited. I can see the light at the end of the tunnel. I'm not gonna lie, I don't know, I'm split. In a way, I'm over being pregnant, and I think that's more just wanting to meet the baby. I'm ready to meet her, get used to having a little baby in the house again. But then at the same time, this is definitely my last time being pregnant, so I do try to remind myself to take the time out and just appreciate being pregnant. Appreciate it for, you know, what it is, being pregnant, going through that experience, because it is an amazing experience. Since this is my first pregnancy update, I will just kind of fill you guys in on how trimesters 1 and 2 went. Per usual, I'm gaining a lot of weight. I started at, I would say 145, and I'm currently, last time I went to the doctor's, 180. Don't judge me. Yes. I don't know. Like, I eat, but I don't feel like I'm eating like that, but who knows? And then they had the nerve to tell me, actually at my last appointment, that she is on the lower percentile as far as her growth, which kinda, I'm not gonna lie, unnerved me a little bit, made me nervous, because that's what happened with my son Aiden. For those of you who may have saw those past videos, that's what happened with him, and I ended up having to be induced, and I really don't want to be induced. I feel like it made the whole process go way longer, way more painful, way more drawn out, but what will be will be. But yeah, so first trimester was, in no better words, horrible. Morning sickness was horrible. Morning sickness was all day sickness. I could not eat anything. I spent so much time in my bed. It was not only physically wearing on me, but emotionally. Like, I was so depressed. I was so sad, and just out of it. Really, really out of it. Like, had to go to emergency room at one point, and
Mommy.
Yes.
Should I come in?
No, not right now.
What you doing?
I'm talking. Can you give me a minute?
Okay.
Thank you. So yeah, had to go to the emergency room at one point. IV for dehydration, all of that good stuff. So that was one thing about that. About my first trimester. Sorry, my son was at the door and totally threw me off. But yeah, that truly sucks, and that was literally like my whole first trimester. I thank goodness though that it was literally just the first trimester. Like, I literally feel like my body was like clockwork. Like, as soon as I hit week 13 going into my 2nd trimester, it started to go away, and I've never been more grateful for something in my life, honestly, because it was truly horrible. Truly horrible. I'm not gonna lie, it helped me. Even though I always felt that my 3rd child would be it for me, that solidified it for me. Because I don't think I could go through that again. I couldn't. And then 2nd trimester was pretty okay. I did suffer with like constant headaches at one point. But that was really it. I remember feeling a little nervous because I wasn't feeling baby kick yet and things like that. But then I was saying around week 25, it became like all the time, she's kicking, like she's kicking right now. But yeah, 2nd trimester was how they usually say, and how my 2nd trimesters usually go, was a breeze. You're starting to see the bump. People notice the bump. Yeah, you starting to feel kicking. My appetite was back, and I was able to eat, so that in general put me in a good mood, picked up my energy, and now I'm here at 3rd trimester. So yeah, and I do honestly feel like it's the best time to kind of start vlogging, because this is, like I said, the end of the road. and stuff just kind of picks up and gets a little more interesting. Even with going through this during COVID and the doctor's appointments, I can never bring anyone with me to my doctor's appointments, and they kind of gave me a break. Like once I went to my one in November when I was around 20 weeks, they didn't see me again until just this past Thursday in the doctor's office. So yeah, I've never been able to get an epidural during my labors before, so I have been seeing a specialist, a blood specialist, because they say it's due to like my low platelet levels. So I've been seeing a hematologist. And even though I've been seeing her and it seems like the same thing is happening, she thinks it's brought on by my pregnancy, it just caused me to have lower platelet levels in my blood. And she's like, the two options are either steroids starting at about 36 weeks, which she said, literally, she said makes pregnant women miserable, rapid weight gain. I already told you guys what I weigh now, so I don't need that. Water retention, can bring on gestational diabetes, insomnia, and that is like my biggest symptom right now with being in my third trimester is insomnia. She moves all day, but when I say she is moving and active, at night, starting at about midnight up until about 5 a.m. A lot of the times I'm up. If I go to sleep before 5, it's a good night for me. So that sucks. I'm used to getting up early, kind of getting things done, getting my day finished earlier so I can relax. The kids go to school during the day from home, so I'm used to being up and active with helping them, and I'm feeling like a zombie during the day at this point. So yeah, that I'm really not liking. It's getting a little more uncomfortable to sleep. It's not there now for the sake of just a kind of cute background, but I do have my pregnancy pillow that Alex got me, so it helps most of the time, but I'm definitely feeling like a lot of pressure. Sometimes when I stand up, it just feels like a bowling ball is in between my legs at this point. So yeah, I'm definitely feeling like I'm in my third trimester, but like I said, I'm welcoming all this stuff because it shows that I am at the end. And yeah, I would really pretty much say that's it. So currently now I'm starting to do things like start to get my hospital bag together. Of course, as soon as I have it all like completely done, we'll do that. I'm going to keep it super simple. I believe that Alex can't leave once we get there. I don't want him to anyway, but I don't think he can leave once we get to the hospital anyway, so I'll pack him a small bag, and I'm also going to keep it super simple for my bag. I'm not even going to bring a separate bag for the baby. I'll bring a separate empty bag just to bring home any extra things they give us, but I'll literally put the baby stuff in its own little separate, maybe sealed big Ziploc bag inside of my big duffel bag that I'm going to use, because we're going to keep it super simple. I don't want to be carrying a bunch of bags there. I don't feel like we'll need a lot of stuff at all. I remember last time not really needing much of anything of my own because they do take care of me. And personally, I feel like the hospital that I'm going to now is better than the hospital I was at before. So if I was well taken care of at that hospital, I know that I'll be more than fine at this one. Yeah, so that's what I'm doing now. Prepping and just slowly but surely picking up and getting things together for hospital bag. Prepping myself or whatever, because I am going to have a actual baby shower this time, but like my sisters are throwing it for me. I am not allowed to be that involved, which is killing me because that's kind of what I do. Like I have I'll talk more about that another time, but I do have my own personal business called Melanini Designs, and I do like event decorations, but my main thing is furniture design and refurbishing, revamping. I've had to take a break on that, of course, with being preggo right now, but that's the main thing I do. So yeah, it's a little hard not to be involved in the decorating and stuff, but I also appreciate it and know that it's supposed to be a surprise, and just to, you know, appreciate somebody telling you sit back, relax, and just show up. I'm actually going to be a little extra. So obviously my personal style has changed since my last pregnancy. I was actually looking back at some of those videos and I was like, oh, I kept bundles in like that whole time, long bundles. And lately now my thing is more braids, a silk press, or my natural hair. Especially throughout this pregnancy, it's been mainly braids because it's easy to take care of. So for now, currently, for me, being extra is I'm going to like have my bundles in, and I may even, for the first time, I've never had my makeup professionally done before. I'm going to get my makeup done and just give myself a reason to be extra, look pretty. It'll be like the first and only time throughout this pregnancy that I've had a reason to do that, so that'll be fun. Definitely get footage of that when that happens. And yeah, I'm honestly expecting, though, since they said that, hopefully things change, but I'm honestly expecting to be induced. It's just trying to wrap my mind around that. I'm really not willing, like I said with the hematologist, so yeah, I probably went off subject, but my two options are, and this is for me to be able to get, to be able to get an epidural. Basically, that's my hematologist job, to monitor my platelet levels and stuff to ensure that should I want one this time, I can't get an epidural. Because I did say straight up, I've done 2 natural births. Quite frankly, if I didn't have to do another one, I didn't want to. I was definitely team epidural. But yeah, honestly, if my options are, she said, either the steroids or giving me platelets, aka a blood transfusion, and I'm not really too excited about either one. So honestly, if it gets to that point and we can't just work on things to naturally get those to rise, or in some other way that level to rise, then I'll also start to wrap my mind around another natural birth. Luckily, like I said, with my daughter it was fast. With my son, labor was prolonged, but that's because of induction. They are forcing your body to go into labor. It's not, you know, naturally going into labor, so I get why it took a little longer. But once it gets to pushing, usually I've never pushed more than 3 to 5 times to get either one of my babies out. So I hope for the same thing. And yeah, if it comes down to either those platelets, a blood transfusion, and steroids, I will probably just go ahead and do it natural again. Yeah, so I'll keep you posted on all that type of stuff. I also went last week and took my glucose test. Those levels came back a little elevated, so now I have to go back for the 3-hour glucose test, which I'm not happy about, but I'm going to go and get it over with next week. So I'll also keep you guys posted about that. And yeah, that's it. I'll try to come back, I'll say every 1 to 2 weeks with these updates, because like I said, I am at the end, so I would like to keep it a little consistent up until it's labor and delivery time as well. I'm not gonna lie, I'm not the type to vlog my actual labor and delivery, but I'll definitely come back with a birth story. And yeah, I think that'll be it for this video. I'll give you guys a view of the bump, and then yeah, that'll be it. So yeah, thanks so much for watching, and I will be back. Bye. Oh, bump. Okay. Ooh. Here is the bump. 7 months exactly. Front view, side view. All right, bye guys.